Okay, so I'm joined by Shadeen Batik, founder of Helm, automotive engineer, and the legend that is Bill Amberg, creative director of Bill Amberg Studio. First of all, your background and your journey to this point and this amazing car in devising Helm as a business. You've lasered in on a particular target area,
yes,
and finding that space is no mean feat. You're really zoning in on this as a piece of art.
What I've set out to create is the ultimate expression of British art, craftsmanship, literally at its finest.
Bill, you're globally renowned. I mean, you're a designer specializing in leather. Anyone who's been lucky enough to drive or spend some time in a classic car, it's the soulfulness, there's an aroma to them, a perfume almost, and a great tactility, which, you know, your work is renowned for.
That's one of the joys of a car, isn't it? It's just the feel. It's the emotion you get from it when you first sit in it, and you get that in a classic car.
Why the E-Type for you?
So we've seen E-Type designed for, or built for the track, for example. And what we haven't seen anywhere, the original car made with the materials of today to make it what it really should have been. At the end of the day, I think this car is the epitome of British motoring art. This is something beyond what was special.
The E-Type was the first English sexy car that you could go and buy off the forecourt. It was the first one. I mean, the Italians had it, the Americans had it, and England never really had one that you could just literally go and buy a truly sexy car. And it was the first one to do that. And that's why I think it's such a significant shape. It's so emotive.
I think the guy who designed it was a chap called Malcolm Sayer, who was an aerodynamicist, and apparently designed this. And I find it hard to believe looking at the car here, but according to quite strict mathematical principles. So it kind of looks the way it does.
Yeah.
Because it should.
Another thing is, at the time it was mechanically ahead of its time.
So how many are you going to make?
There'll be 20 cars. This is what Helm's about. It's about the apex of individualization.
I mean, you're expert on E-types, aren't you? You know these cars inside out.
We know what we want to get from the cars without ruining the drivability and feel of the car, just enhancing. And this is what Helm has done. This car is a British institution. You could see it from far away and a quick glance and you think it's just a standard car. Once you start to get closer, dig into the details, you realise what we've changed. It's really subtle, but it's perfectly subtle.
Sitting here, one of the most immediately impressive things is the paint finish. Now apparently there's 20 litres of paint in this or something?
Yeah, there is actually 20 litres.
This notion of sort of curating good taste always fascinates me. What's appropriate and what's not appropriate, and what, you know, you've got lots of clients.
Any bespoke project, it's a collaboration of quite a few people. I love that in the making process as well. I love talking to the craftsmen and asking their opinion. You know, it's all very well me designing something or me saying I want it to look like this. The craftsman might get it on the bench and go, actually, Bill, you know, it's much easier if we do it like this, or this would look better. That's how something great is built.
The process with selecting one of your Helm commission is we'll guide you to what works and what doesn't. We will help you to select your best optioned Helm. It's not a resto mod. Like we said, we haven't replaced the engine with another brand and put 500 horsepower in. We haven't changed the wheels to modern wheels. We've really updated the car tastefully.
I'm fascinated by the rise of the concept of resto mod, why a lot of people are drawn to classic cars, but like a heart transplant, I suppose.
Yeah, I guess it's to do with drivability. I think people are nervous about, you know, the original engineering of these things, and they think that if they replace the engineering, they'll end up with a reliable car. But I think that's a kind of double-edged sword, really, because you do take away a lot of the charm about driving them, and the, you know, a lot of the kind of balance and lightness of a car was built around the original engine and drivetrains. And if you remove all of that, you start to upset some of the basic elements of the car. But by the same token, I think that hot rods are cool, you know, and I like the fact that you can play completely with the styling and the, you know, engineering of a car just by kind of reimagining it entirely. But, you know, Is it the original? No, it's not the original. This is the original car. It's just been, you know, beautifully worked and reimagined to turn it into something different.
I think it's time we went and had a look at it.
Yeah.
Let's go and have a look.
It's amazing when you get up close.
There's so many little
They're subtle,
different
but there
changes.
are a lot of very nuanced changes. You thought the bumpers, we can do them better.
Yeah, we could do the bumpers. If we've got the opportunity to do it, why not do it now? It's got to be done. But it's really nice and sleek and in tune with the rest of the car.
But what actually creates the face of the car? They're big expressive lamps and the coverings. So the inside's different here, yeah?
Yeah, so in the housing, call this the reflector then. We've just gone a step further with it, with the coatings. We've kind of designed this car to be timeless, to last.
Super cool.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Now you've done something very sneaky here. You've fuel injected this engine.
Yeah.
But you've kept the, what were they, Weber carbs originally? Yeah.
Yeah, so they're Weber bodies with a fuel injection running inside. This is what gives us the reliable starting power and the reliable 300 bhp to play with.
Is it a bigger radiator as well?
Yeah, so it's a all aluminium radiator with an integrated fan. These cars used to overheat a lot. They're known for overheating. So now, yeah, we upgrade all the cooling system.
What percentage of the engine is new, helmified?
The engine block and the head are all original. All the internals have been uprated.
You want it to be comfortable and easy to drive, and to do that, you want to just keep the power in line with the rest of it, so that it's comfortable and easy, and it's just a beautiful thing to take down the road.
Yeah.
So it looks lovely, doesn't it?
Oh man, it's absolutely stunning.
I think one of the things about leather is the hand feel.
Yeah.
When you get that feel of it, and then this thing about introducing the two materials, suede and this aniline leather, just to get a touch. You know, leather is a very tactile material, and I think that that's really important to kind of elevate the whole idea of how it feels.
You meant to drive the car. I'd be too busy fondling it as I was driving along. Inhaling it and fondling it.
Shane, let's have a look in the boot.
Have a look at the boot. And another wonderful feature of the original E-Type Coupe. That view ahead, that's about as evocative a view as you will find in the world of cars.
It looks so elegant and so simple. You can make it what you want it to be, and I think that's really nice. It doesn't have to look cluttered and complicated.
No. And your rocket bag here, but a new
design
at the back?
Yeah, new design, because I wanted to do a weekender, and I've always thought, because that was the original briefcase.
Yeah. You won't miss this, will you, if I... So, inside, as well as the, wonderful material makeover, so what have we got?
We've got a stereo system hidden.
Yeah, good.
So,
Where is it?
So it's got an amplifier and extra speakers. It's also got Bluetooth to take your calls on the move. We've integrated the air conditioning system, and it's a newly developed forced air, fresh air system. So this key is machined from billet copper.
That copper key, which is lovely to hold, but when you say it in position, it's nestled amongst all the other little toggle switches, which all have their little kind of Billenberg leather, and even the end of the indicator stalk. Tactility in any car is so important, and as lovely as the key is just to hold, doesn't it look good nestled in amongst all the other switchgear? Gentlemen, magnificent job. It really is a stunningly beautiful car. Available to order now, I believe.
It is.
Here's the big question. How much is it, and how do I get my hands on one?
So it's £420,000 plus local taxes, and we're taking inquiries, so please get in touch.